Hello, beautiful person watching this. I am so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Defect run. On this channel, I have my recorded wins with some commentary and general discussion about this beautiful game that we play. Having a look. Feeling pretty feisty in this run, a lot of campfires along that path, so I'm down to take 3 elites with a super elite. Yeah, there has been some perspective granted to me. I went back and I watched the Baylor Lord win streak and the defect streak, and I try to take some notes mentally. I don't actually ever take actual notes, that's for nerds. And the main thing I took away was he said these words out loud on purpose in this order. Defect is the strongest in Act 1, which is in direct contrast to the experience that I have. I have a very hard time in Act 1 as the defect, and I think the problem was that I wasn't taking enough good block cards. Defect struggles to block, and it's like when I find Glacier, it looks a lot different, feels a lot different, and alternatively, you can even take body, or what is that card called? Leap and Charge Battery, of course. Ooh. So I'm going to be interested in taking the good early cards here to try to not die in Act 1, and you have to find a solution for Gremlin Nob, like actively search for a solution for Gremlin Nob, so that you can build a good deck while also being able to kill Gremlin Nob, because Defect has a hard time doing that. And then you are actually good at Act 1. Lagavulin and Sentries get absolutely owned by Frost Orbs, and the bosses are usually pretty chill as well. Hexago's probably the hardest. You can find Discharge, though, which I've just taken. I don't know if we're actually against Hexagos. I didn't actually see that. But if we are, that's pretty good. I take a Reinforced Body as well. So Compile Driver is pretty good for some draw and strike almost plus, kind of. I take a Rebound. We just took an Equilibrium as well, and Streamline. So rebounding those cards seems good. And then we have Heat Sinks on sale, but it's pretty early for it. That seems a bit sus. I'm eyeing a Go for the Eyes here, which we could have taken over Discharge, but I still want it. The ability to Ply Weaken is not to be slept on. It's actually insane that that's actually a worse version of the Silent Starter card, and we just bought it for 50 gold. Whether or not that's correct is up for debate, but the fact that it's even a consideration is pretty mind-bending, I think. Take a Beam Cell, that's really good. And these cards like Beam Cell, when you find Streamline and whatnot, make the earlier fights so much better. Actual damage, it's very good. And upgrading it's pretty important. And we took the Face Trader. I actually traded faces. I have said in the past, this is definitely true. I think I was at least double digits in a row of of getting bad face or Cultist Mask. But I finally decided to start clicking it again after months of not taking it anymore because I just always low rolled on it. And I think my luck is finally starting to change here. So finally got the Serpent Head here. And the earlier you find the Serpent Head, the better it is, of course, as there are more question marks to find. And the other one, giving you max health when you climb floors or whatever, or end fights. I just don't even know what they do because I don't take them often enough. I think it's at the end of the fight, you get 1 max health is the other one. And then this one is every time you visit a question mark room that we got, we're going to get 50 gold. That's really strong, of course. And we find Akabeko and a Glacier. That's really good. Take the gold down to 9, unfortunately. And so Akabeko will increase the damage of our first attack we play each combat by 8 damage. That's pretty solid early game relic here. And we also found Toxic Egg, which will upgrade all future skills we add to our deck. That's pretty good. Has to be said. And ooh, second Glacier versus Capacitor. That's tough. Capacitor too early can be a huge bummer. And Glacier Plus is so insane, and if you have 2 of them, it's like a critical mass where you're already like blocking so much against Lagavulin and Sentries. It just seems so good. So would love a Capacitor now. I think it was just not quite there. And yeah, Capacitor is one of those cards where I think if you're a newer player, you may look at Capacitor as like the card you're looking for. It's definitely not the case though. It's a bit slow, and also in Act 1, it can actually be a liability sometimes. If, for example, you have a Dark Orb you need to get to the front, it can be harder to evoke it. And yeah, you need to be able to fill your orb slots for it to actually do something. And so generally tends to be better later in the run once you have all your orb generating cards sorted out. I don't think I had to take damage there. I was going a bit aggressive there, but seems unnecessary to me in hindsight. Could have just Equilibrium here. Perhaps a bit too slow. I knew I was drawing Glacier this turn because I checked the draw pile. If you have a small amount of cards in your draw pile, like a single digit number, you should always look at it before making a play, because you can actually know your next hand a lot of the time. You have 5 or less cards, you literally know your next hand. Very important. And Turbo Plus is here very early, but we do have Equilibrium and 2 Glaciers, so it's actually probably good enough already. Like, it's not quite good, I think, yet to have in our deck, but it will become good so fast. And it is Hexaghost after all, so it's wise of us to take the thing. And Eviscerated and Shocked means it's going to be Lagavulin, and Lagavulin from Dead Adventure is special in that it doesn't sleep. So it's actually the most threatening of the enemies, for sure. So I decided to go for it there riskily, because I really wanted to fight it, I think, with the Frost Orbs, which do not get debuffed. Then we might have been able to get away with that, but I clicked and found Pantograph, which will heal us for 25 when we enter a boss room, so I just immediately leave, because that's getting a bit greedy there to stay afterward. And we also found Ancient T-Set before that, a very mediocre relic, which will give us 2 extra energy on the first turn of a fight after visiting a rest site. Certainly can be useful. It is essentially 2 energy on the first turn against bosses, because there's always a rest site beforehand. But it just tends to be overall very unimpactful. It certainly has its moments though. Particularly good on the silent, if you're going to say one of them is particularly good, because of the fact that you always have the bag of prep, essentially, drawing you 2 extra cards. I actually did not mean to full block there. I wanted to take damage for Static Discharge. That was why I did the little spinny mouse thing out of frustration. And so even with Discharge, this is getting a bit close here, it has to be said. Probably, take damage potentially again. And so the good thing about this is it will hit itself here. And so if we are taking damage, it will just kill itself, which is great. And Electro seems better than the other options there. Electro, very good card, of course. Really good against Slavers and Gremlin Leader, which are enemies we may be fighting in the upcoming act here. And a solution for Reptomancer, which the Defect tends to struggle with as well. I think Electrodynamics is it's not enough to win you the run on its own, but it can be the difference between winning and losing. Just finding it. You hope to find the good cards elsewhere, and then just weave in the Electro somewhere. There are ways to win, but it requires a lot more nuance than I currently have as the Defect. And no Discharge here, unfortunately. Would have loved to draw a Discharge there. Now they're going to be buffing. Oof, still no Discharge. We do have a lot of cards in the deck because we took Orrery, so we have unusually large deck at this point. I'm doing math. But then I realize I have the orbs, which will just kill it. And I can just Discharge, play Go for the Eyes on the left one, and then pass. And that will die. I'll take 1 damage. Good fight. Recursion Plus is here. Maybe I take that. Nope. No respect for the recursion when there's no Dark Orb in the deck, it would seem. Take 19 from Avocado, of course. 2 Glaciers and a Reinforced Body in the deck, taking 19 damage to Avocado. It's disgusting. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, even with that, we could use more block. It's kind of crazy how important the block stuff is as this character. And it's so, like, Watcher can just do whatever it wants, so it doesn't count. Ironclad takes Feel No Pain, and then they're good, and also can heal and go face. And Silent just has a lot of block inherently anyway, and tends to kind of just fall into it. So Defect in particular, you really have to be mindful of the fact that you are going to die. Like, I'm doing something wrong, I know I am. My god, this game is hard. I found a waffle, by the way, that's really good. It heals me for 44? 44 health. That's a lot of health. 47 health. My god, math is hard. Wait, was I at 34? No, it gives you 7 health, right? There's no way that maths. I was at 31 and I ate it, and now I'm at 78. So therefore, it healed me for 47. I apologize. I need to be stupider, I think, for engagement bait. Ooh, that's a really good discharge. Akabeko Streamline for 28. And I don't play Tempest because of the thing, the days. I played Glacier over unupgraded Glacier, or over upgraded Glacier, I mean. Missed 3 health. Oops. I know that the upgraded card is better than the unupgraded card, guys, don't worry. That was just, I missed it. And considering going right, now that we have this waffle, taking this super duper lead, the Madman does it. There's also a question mark from Wargold. And we find Designer Inspire. Choosing to remove a card and upgrade a random card. And we hit Glacier, it's not bad. Not bad at all. It's a pretty good looking Tempest. But I want to kill reliably. That's the real problem with lightning orbs, is they're random until you have Electro in play. And I just equilibrium to retain my hand. Gremlin did not attack me, it's very nice of her. Hopefully he doesn't hit us again. It does. Ouch! That's 57 big ones coming our way. Could play Distilled Chaos. Oh, I see. I have the Static Discharge, which is blocking. Genius! And so that's a neat little thing with the light, or the Static Discharge. If you have Frost Orbs in the way, they will get evoked on the enemy turn by getting attacked, which will block for you against multi-hit enemies. Definitely something you need to keep in mind when you are playing the Defects. Bit of a skill check. Definitely something that you pick up on pretty quickly. Take another Equilibrium. That is pretty good. Building our own runic pyramid here. And ouch! Taking 1 billion damage, so play Electro, then play the Distilled Chaos. Pretty mediocre Distilled Chaos there. Very sad. Where's the Glaciers? So taking unusually high amount of damage because we got hit for 23 on turn 1. It happens. Blizzard Plus is here. And I have 2 Glaciers. I take Chaos Plus instead. Seems fair enough to me. And I rest. Even though we found a waffle for 47 health, we're still resting. And I forgot to mention I found a Ginger. Can no longer be weakened. And found a Kunai as well. If we play 3 attacks in the same turn, we will gain 1 dexterity. Unfortunately, not great in this run. Can we get on the Defects sometimes? But unusual. And in this case, we're not playing that many attacks. Usually involves claws, it being good, and like FTL, stuff like that. All for 1. Thunderstrike is here, and we have a Tempest in our deck, and a Static Discharge. Maybe I take the Thunderstrike. I do take Thunderstrike. Thunderstrike stock is rocketing upwards right now, guys. I mean, I posted the Tempest video where I made 100 Tempest, and then I killed the heart with a 9 times 100 Tempest or whatever. And, I mean, this card on my radar was unpickable for years, guys. And all of a sudden, I'm taking it on purpose. It's actually crazy. And also Tempest used to be bad in my mind, so then, like, if you're not taking Tempest, you're also probably not taking that card, right? Yeah, it's very exciting because Thunderstrike obviously very cool. You know, huge attack. It does 1 billion damage. Very Timmy card, as, you know, the Magic players would say, I think. And once again, Discharge should be blocking a bit for us here. Very good. So this Discharge is low-key a block card. And there's Self-Repair Plus. Somehow upgraded Self-Repair. We don't have Frozen Egg. That's very good. I'm going to call that a high roll. And our Slaver's Collar is on, of course. 4 energy is pretty good. Considering Dupe Pot on Static Discharge against this Buck of Stabbing here. And Glacier actually full block, which is actually bad. We would like to have taken 1 there, I think. Yet again, full blocking. That was actually possibly a mistake. I had Reinforced Body in my hand. You really want to be making Lightning Orbs. And I'm keeping it around because of Equilibrium. Beam Cell with Thunderstrike for how much damage? 100? Wow, that's a lot of damage. Now we get the Boot and Ceramic Fish, by the way. So Ceramic Fish, every time we add a card to our deck, we gain 9 gold. Take a Heat Sinks. And the Boot, every time we deal less than 5 unblocked attack damage, increase that number to 5. In other words, do nothing, basically. Do have a go for the eyes, so it might end up dealing like 10 damage this run. And this fight is absolutely brutal. I had to use a duplication potion here. Woof. What is going on here? How are we alive? I know that the cultist is dead, but this thing is still alive and hitting us. It's Thunderstrike to save us. My god. There's a Darkness Plus. Could be good, going into a boss here. I skip instead, wow. I know I have Static Discharge. Static Discharge plus Darkness can be rather awkward. You may just evoke the Dark Orb when you don't want to. And another very awkward opener here, all block cards against Gremlin Leader turn 1. And it is hitting us, but we do have a Reinforced Body for a lot. There's Glacier. Thunderstrike is here. Sadly can't keep it around. Tempest will often kill the wizard. That's good. It was like 25% chance not to, I think. And ouch, but we can go down to 2 here if we play Equilibrium. Oh, now we can go down to 5. So this Gremlin Leader is much more angry than the last one. Angy. As the millennials would say. What am I? It's hitting us again. That's actually brutal. Thunderstrike better go huge. Thanks, Thunderstrike. I think it was very unlikely to not kill it there. Was it even possible? Anyway, Bag of Prep is here, and double energy versus all for one. I see I'm interested in this all for one. Take a double energy. And so, of course, Bag of Prep will draw us 2 extra cards on turn 1. That's an insane relic. Very happy about that. Digs towards the better cards, makes your turn 1 better. What more can you possibly ask for? So that was kind of a brutal act too. Although we dodged slavers. Thank God for that. Didn't play Beam Cell. I wanted to save my Akabeko, I believe, for Thunderstrike. That's genius. The Akabeko was probably a large part of the consideration for not, or for taking the Thunderstrike. And I just messed something up there. I'm not paying as much attention right now as I should be. Apologies for the lackluster commentary here. Bit of a long day. Gotta lock in. Can make this bigger as well. Alright, so making more dudes. Gotta make lightning orbs for the dudes. We are retaining our hand. Was considering not playing that because then in the next turn I could evoke the lightning orb for 8 and everything. Ouch, how do we not die here? Go for the eyes. Equilibrium. Defend, defend, cold snap, light ball. I can play everything. Down to 3 health. And there's Thunderstrike. It's so back. We are so back. Ball lightning, the minion, beam self Thunderstrike. So this Thunderstrike's actually hard carrying me right now. I wouldn't have gotten out of like any of these fights without it. It's actually insane. Amplify Plus is here. There's also a rainbow. Not interested in that though. Take a machine learning. More card to draw. And there's a runic pyramid, which immediately makes the machine learning much worse. But it's probably good. I do have 2 equilibrium already, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, the ability to just keep the Thunderstrike around until you want to play it, and all of that jazz just seems very good. Double energy as well. So Equilibrium is just 2 energy to block for 13 or 16, which is still good. And that's the beauty of Equilibrium, really. It's like the retain your hand effect is very powerful, and then it's also just like Flame Barrier, right? It's better than Flame Barrier block number wise, right? Pretty insane. Unupgraded, it's 1 better. It's about the same. That's still quite good. Equilibrium outblocking Glacier Plus with no focus, obviously. And by the way, we haven't found any focus this entire run yet. Which, part of the reason why we're looking so sus right now, I would say. Thank you, Static Discharge. I think I was meant to attack the right one because it's actually hitting me. I didn't realize it was hitting me, and then I blocked instead. Past me is playing too carelessly. I don't even know about fast. I'm just like not paying attention. Whoops-a-daisy. Hey, Capacitor's here. Cool-Headed Plus is also here. But it's gonna be Capacitor though. That's pretty good. So that is some scaling, which is great. But more orb slot, not that good without more orb effect as well. Of course, every orb slot, if you have 100 focus, right, then every orb slot is massive. But if you had -1 focus, so that your lightning orbs are doing 2 and your frost orbs are doing 1, then 1 more orb slot is almost useless. It's not even doing anything. So, looking for focus here for sure. The more orb slot you have, the more you want focus as well. And that is a Thunderstrike that we cannot play. So it's going to kill us. Spiker solution is not Thunderstrike. Made it through this fight unscathed, got to play Self Repair Plus, that's pretty good. Another Tempest? Yes, sir! Double Tempest and Thunderstrike. This is just fight a boss, surely. No way we're clicking the we can no longer heal button with Pantograph, Self-Repair Plus. That's not happening. Yet again, I'm trying to save Akabeko for Thunderstrike. Every time. Even if it's wrong, that's just what I want to do, you know? I think it is right, though. In this case, anyway. Sadly, can't play Beam Cell before it, though. That would be neat. If only we had like a Shockwave-esque kind of card as the defect, where you can apply vulnerable, or you can apply vulnerable without attacking. But defect only has Beam Cell. That is 200 damage, so it is dead. I should have played that. I don't know why I didn't play that. Wait, was it 200 damage? No, I'm so bad at math. 17 times 8 is not 200. I thought it was 25 times 8. Why did I think that? Anyway. 17 times 8 is 136. See, I can do math. Let me get an old coin. 300 big ones. Need to find a shop. There's 2 shops on this path we've highlighted. That's really good. And Steam Barrier Plus is here. I'm going to take Steam Barrier Plus in Act 3 because we have such a bad deck. We need more block. That's fast. It feels like the deck should be good, but we're actually not very strong. No defrag, no bias cog, no consume. Heat sinks isn't upgraded. That's a good Tempest. Gotta play defend cold snap though. There was probably a way to kill that thing that I may have missed. Ouch. Take some more damage to the jaw worms. Just happy to not die to the jaw worms. Another fight that Electrodynamics is absolutely insane in. Chill Plus is here. Storm is here. Storm. Yep. I had the same exact thought. This guy thinks just like me. It's like, oh yeah, Chill Plus is here. And it's like, wait a second, Storm? We have Thunderstrike in her deck. It's amazing. Lose Tempest Plus, no way. Lose Firepot. We got a Horn Cleat, that's really good. 14 block on turn 2 is excellent. Yet again, saving Akabeko for the King Thunderstrike. Double energy heat sinks, capacitor, defend, cold snap, full blocks. I didn't play heat sinks. I'm not interested. I'm just playing Tempest. Get me out of this fight. There's Thunderstrike. Is it enough? I already played an attack. Whoops. Would it have been enough? 136 again. Seems not. And it is intangible this turn, so we're just gonna make as many Blading Orbs as we can. And block as much as we can. And then kill it next turn. 9 times 15. 9 times 18. Another turbo looks good with Pyramid. There is Clockwork Souvenir. Gonna take that for 1 artifact charge. It's insane. Also found a meal ticket to heal us for 15 whenever we enter a shop. That's really good. Take a Dark Shackles. Dark Shackles is basically neutering any of the multi-hit enemies. Act 4 Elite, 10 times 4, boom, Dark Shackles. Heart hitting you for 8 times 15, boom, Dark Shackles. And can also be used to reduce the strength of Time Eater or the Woke Bird on the split turn. And we even have Pyramid to keep it around, so that might really happen. But we may also just use it against the Woke Bird on a turn where it's hitting us for a lot, times 4. And we have another shop coming up, so I want to save some money, of course. Upgrade heat sinks, that seems pretty important. Do the storm thing. And got a key singing bowl there, no problem. It's a bit late anyway. Take the capacitor relic. That is 3 orb slots at the start of each combat. That's insane. And taking all the energy cards, because the more energy we have, the more lightning orb Tempest makes. That's pretty good. And we can also draw a lot with the Heat Sinks Plus now, which is pretty good. So we just got quite a bit stronger, I would say. Definitely. Reptomancer is the nightmare. We don't have the Electro in our hand yet. Very unfortunate. Oof. This is the fight where you just pray for the Electro. Dear God. I know I don't deserve it, but let me draw that card. Thanks. Not too bad so far. When did I take this Meteor Strike? We have a Meteor Strike in our deck now. That's pretty cool. Good combo with Tempest. Tempest evokes the Plasma Orbs, which lets you keep going a lot, and also they give you more energy to even play the Tempest in the first place. And look at this Dark Shackles. That's 30 block for 0. Wow. It sounds just like my Piercing Whale commentary. Because it is essentially the same thing, but a single target. And Incense Burner and Seek Plus, my god, what a floor. So it's coming together here. Still haven't found a single point of focus yet, but it's kind of coming together here. So we found Incense Burner, which every 6 turns we will become intangible, reducing all damage we take to 1, and even upgrade a Storm. I just want that every fight immediately so I can do the Thunderstrike thing. And so, of course, we want to be putting Incense Burner on 4 before going into Act 4 Elite and the Heart to avoid those huge, dangerous turns. Oh, man. Wait, why have I done this? I just gained 10 energy for no reason. Whoops. Could have waited for the the Tempest to arrive there. Probably I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there. I wanted to make a lot of energy, but it turns out that was not actually useful in any way at all. So, whoops. We're not blocking against Giant Head here. This is looking actually rather scary. Gonna be playing Shackles this turn. Almost certainly. Huge Tempest. I don't think I had to play Equilibrium. I could have taken the 4 or whatever to play a 2 bigger Tempest. I think that would have been reasonable. Now we're taking a lot. Next turn we're intangible. That certainly matters. Take 15 damage. And I'm begging for this Thunderstrike. Thunderstrike, where are you? Save me. Meteor Strike kills. Pretty cool. And Anchor is here. We're now 2/3 of a boat, and look at that. Bias Cog with Clockwork Souvenir. Yes, please. And we key. So now we finally found the focus that we've been looking for all run on floor 48. What a time to be alive. Oh, this is gonna be fat. Look at this. No way I'm playing Reinforced Body here. Take the 6, play the Tempest. Yup. Draw a Thunderstrike right now, kill him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's a fight right there. And now onto the real boss. Wait, what? Wokebird is here. Oh man. I keep playing this aggregate. I guess it's good here. I have Meteor Strike. Yes, it was good here. I'm no longer mad. I evoke all the plasma. Did I say what Anchor does? 10 block on turn 1, of course. I'm trying. nice, good intangible timing there on the multi-hit turn. Love to see that. Bias cog. Yep. Could have played rebound, actually. That was, I have a problem. My biggest problem is I don't see common attacks after Act 3 starts. That is my problem. I don't know what my deal is, but when I have a card that has a good effect, like Headbutt or Rebound, for example, in my mind, that card is now just deal 9 damage because we're in Act 3 and attacks don't matter anymore or something, and I forget to play them. I had 10 energy, and I didn't play Rebound. Because no reason. I am wrong and dumb. And I've noticed I do that a lot. It's like something I have a really bad habit of and I need to break. And it's so tough to do that when you have it so ingrained in you for whatever dumb reason. So I'm trying to kill it here without playing any more powers first. There we go. Now I can play all D's powers. And aggregate next turn for a lot. Into Reinforced Body, probably eventually. Full blocking, that's pretty good. Didn't even need the Steam barrier. And just looking to draw this Thunderstrike again. How much is it for 9 times 23? That's like around 200 damage. Approximately. But I'm trying to charge the Incense Burner more. We want to put that on 4, remember. Don't you forget it. And it's worth taking some damage for it. We're going to heal going into Act 4, of course, so this doesn't matter. Burner on 4. That's what matters. Looks very scary. How many of you would do this? Comment below. Would you have sat here taking damage to Workbird for several turns in a row to put Burner on 4? Be honest with yourself. Because it is important. And we've done it. Dump to dump dump, Depulsing Dread. 2052, it's like our year kind of flippity flopped, you know what I'm saying? Same numbers. Upgrade Bias Cog. Could have been Capacitor also, but we have the Relic. And Mirror. Mirror is here. Mirror on Cog is actually kind of questionable, to be honest. We only have the one artifact, you know? But maybe you don't even need it. What is the card? Is it Thunderstrike? That would be very funny. Please click Thunderstrike. There's a real chance. Double Storm? That's pretty fun as well. Double Storm would be kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's Double Seek. Okay, fine. Fine. Double Seek makes a little bit too much sense, unfortunately. Fine. Keeping self-repair for heat sinks. And we are blocking for 61 minus 5 damage right now with the Incense Burner. That's a lot. And the left one might not even hit us next turn now, or does it always do that? No, it does. Okay. So they're being as mean as possible here, I think. The right one hitting on this turn is not guaranteed. Oof. Could play a huge Tempest though. There's a chance that I have lethal if I just play the Tempest without blocking. Oh, I still have lethal. Wow. That's a lot of damage. Goodbye, Act 4 Elite. And unfortunately, burner's on the wrong number here, but at least it wasn't 2 or 5, because then it would actually do nothing the whole fight. And we found a blood vial, gained 2 health at the start of the combat, didn't do anything. So here we go. Let's save our cards for next turn. Kind of insane to play that there, and unfortunately Biascog is not getting whatchamacallit. We couldn't prevent the focus minus debuff, god. Because the heart of course debuffs you. But we did prevent the vulnerable, which of course is excellent. Very important. I should play Thunderstrike. Absolutely. Play that first. There's Tempest. Wow, now I can actually hold the Tempest with the Thunderstrike. I should not have played that. I was already taking the full 200. Whoops. What a waste of 500,000 damage. That was a blunder. I'm gonna say it was a blunder. Actually. Did I not take hologram in like... There was a hologram in the Orrery in Act 1. I took something else over it seems. I haven't had one of those this whole time. You're already blundering turn 2 of the hard fight by playing overkilling by a few hundred damage. Very sad. But we're gonna be able to seek for it temporarily. Never mind. We are not going to be able to seek for it temporarily. I take that back. Something has happened. And I'm getting rid of all my Frost Orbs. I'm interested in killing this guy very fast. We have Burner right now, so that's going to help a lot in blocking. And I knew I had Shackles, although we do have to get rid of these artifact charges for that to work. There's go for the eyes. Definitely need to play that. Could rebound the reinforced body. I could play a Meteor Strike. I finally strength pot. Forgot to use that. And the static discharge I knew was going to be absolutely huge here. I actually didn't want to block because I wanted the discharge to obliterate this heart. Goodbye. So past me doing some good things and some bad things, that's for sure. I think I knew I was in cruise mode back then. No need to think too hard when you're winning. Just think hard enough to not die, and you're good. Am I right, fellas? Is there a fellas for girls? You know what I mean? Is it just ladies? No, that's like gentlemen versus ladies, but what's like the fellas of girls? You know what I mean? And we've done it! So a very cool Defect run carried by Thunderstrike. Some pretty good relics up there, and of course high rolling with the Face Trader was cool. Love to see that serpent mask up there, it's very cute. But yeah, overall solid run, played okay. Made a few misplays there, but otherwise pretty happy with my choices there. And I identified the cards that I needed in Act 3 to actually win, and I found them and took them as needed, so that was pretty good as well. If you're still here, how have you not subbed? How have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.